Hello, hello, hello. This is Adrienne Obey, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. I'm coming to you with the monthly horoscope for the sign of Taurus. Taurus for the month of June 2019. So, Taurus, as I look at this chart here, and before I go any further, I want to apologize. My voice is a little hoarse today. Didn't even realize how badly it was until just now. So, please bear with me. Okay, so we're doing this for Taurus. Oh my. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what message I need to talk to you about. Keep getting this cough. I will say this: most of the planets are on the me side of the chart. You've got Uranus and Venus that are going to be hanging out in the first house during the month of June. And that tells me a lot, just that alone. I mean, when you got Uranus and Venus hanging out in the first house, it tells me that, well, you do need to be cautious, perhaps, of taking too many liberties with food and eating. That comes to mind. I mean, my goodness. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And I'm just trying to remember. I guess maybe I didn't do that. But definitely, Taurus, be cautious of what you're eating in the month of June. Because there could be something that you do that's different because Uranus is in the first house. But with Venus there, there could be excess. It could be some weight gain. It could be because Venus in the first house tends toward weight gain. And if you're not cautious, that could happen. Chiron's hanging out in the 12th house, which tells me that there could be some, secret tears, hidden sadness. There's a wound, there's some pain that you're healing in your life. And this is for most Taurus, I think. With Chiron hanging out there in that particular house, it's going to be hard for most not to feel whatever that pain is, that wound that you're keeping deeply hidden in the 12th house. You could be keeping it deeply hidden with alcohol, or deeply hidden with drugs, or deeply hidden with sex, or deeply hidden with fantasy, or just dreaming and sleeping and just not really facing whatever that wound or that pain is, or what might have caused that wound or that pain, or even how you're going to fix or heal that wound or pain. Now, hopefully, you'll get to a point where you're going to be ready to heal that pain. And that's what Chiron does. And so I guess that's why it's there, to bring to light whatever that wound is and to help you to heal it. Okay. There is perhaps been a tendency, I don't know how to say this, but sometimes we have big dreams, we have big ideas, hopes, dreams, and wishes. And in your house of hopes, dreams, and wishes, there is Neptune, which tells me that's the area where there could be a little bit of delusion. There could be a little bit of fantasy. There could be a little bit of deception. So it's retrograding on the 20th in the 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. And this could include friends. It could include groups like Facebook and Twitter and things like that. But the most important thing is to hold on to your hopes, dreams, and wishes. if things seem like you've got a setback, realize it's temporary. It's because Neptune is retrograding. So hang in there. It's not going to be for long. And you can tough this one out. One of the big things for Taurus, though, in the month of June is that there's going to be a lot of emphasis in the second house of money. And this is your money. That's the second house of Gemini. And so in the month of June, the sun will be there, Mercury will be there. On the 3rd of June, there's going to be a new moon in Gemini. And man, is that a good thing to have the new moon occurring in your second house of money? Gives you 2 weeks to really focus and concentrate on building your money and your own personal wealth and what that wealth means to you, and taking a really good look at your own assets. And just, I would say evaluate your assets and make money. I could see money being made through all forms of communication, be that speaking, writing, making YouTube videos or whatever it might be. But communicating and sales, is figuring prominently in the month of June because of all the emphasis in Gemini and Cancer. And these are two signs that really do well in sales. Gemini is known as the salesman and Cancer is known as the admin. So there's going to be a lot of emphasis in that for you. And not only is the sun and Mercury going to be in Gemini, but then there's going to be Mars and the North Node in Cancer. And then as of the 23rd, the sun goes into Cancer. And that's all going to be in the 3rd house of communication. So, Taurus, it's hopefully it's going to be a month when you are communicating. You're really going to verbalize, I hope, your emotions and what it is you want and what it is you desire. And please make that your focal point, because Mars is there, and Mars tells me as an astrologer that's where your desires are. That's what you most want. And so I hope you get to communicate and to speak out your truths the way you really truly want to. Now, it could also mean that you're doing a lot of things locally in your local community, and also with local family members like aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, things like that. Another area of focus, though, later in the month, on the 17th, there's going to be a full moon in the 8th house in the sign of Sagittarius. And this will fall into the area of other people's money or your partner's money. It also is the area of sex and death and taxes. So it's a pretty serious house. There's going to be a full moon there on the 17th. You might want to prepare for that because that's opposing your own natural second house of your own money. And that is something you might be aware of. Jupiter is also retrograding in the 8th house of your money. And finally, Saturn and Pluto are still retrograding in the 9th house, in the God house. Now, how does that affect Taurus? Does it mean that Taurus is not close to God right now? No, I don't think so. I think what it means is that you might be learning a lesson, and it may be that you had to go back and step back to learn this particular lesson. And so between now and the end of summer, Saturn goes direct on the 18th of September, I believe it is, and Pluto goes direct on October 3rd. So whatever lessons those are, you're learning them until then. And I hope you gain all the wisdom that you can, Taurus, because that is also the house of wisdom, education. You could be training. You could be in some type of learning situation where you're learning something new. So that is my take on your horoscope for the month, Taurus. And I hope this resonates with you and helps you in some way. If I had any advice, I would say to go for building your own wealth. And if you have to do a pitch for sales or advertising, go for it. You got it. Okay? All right. Well, happy June to you, Taurus. And if you have, please like and subscribe to our channel here. And if you haven't, please like us on Facebook at facebook.com/astrology. You can also find us on Instagram at astrology. And also you can find us on our website blog at astrologyinside.com. Okay. And I give free mini readings at the group at astrology.com. No, excuse me, at facebook.com/groups/astrology. All right. Much love and light to you all. Bye now.